I'm not a plan B or a plan after kind of guy. We've got the next mission lined up and we'll figure out what comes after. But I do think it will take somebody from the next generation to reach that next generation. And I think we can do that in a way that Trump, is of a different generation. It's going to be a lot harder for him to do that job. I also think we can pick up where he left off. I mean, I'm not saying that I would have been able to do everything I'm telling you we're going to do if Trump hadn't laid the groundwork. Part of the reason that I can confidently tell you we will be able to, without asking Congress for permission or for forgiveness, lay off some federal employees, shut down these government agencies, is the legal basis for doing it.
I changed the wording of a heist. You don't even have to say heist anymore. You can say raid or pillage.
If you believe in the holding of West Virginia versus EPA, who said that
I figured I saw him go live. I'll bring him up again after this interview with Ramaswamy.
Never gave them the power to pass, and so they're unconstitutional.
My watch is fucking up on me.
That means literally the overwhelming majority of federal regulations are also unconstitutional. So
you don't even have, no one even has, well, you got to put it in a mouth, though. He just wasted it, so we'll have to wait till the cool-off timer goes off. But anybody else can jump in with an amount. There you go.
Move this forward, but I've got fresh legs this time around. And I won't be the same person 8 years
Oh, the treasure hunt. I need to fix that.
I am today after going through it. I just won't.
Where was that?
The swamp tries to drain you back. Right. He's not the same person today that he was 8 years ago because we're all human beings. But I do think
sorry.
Thinking about our movement in terms of the content of what we want to achieve rather than just which person it's going to be. America First does not belong to Donald Trump. It didn't belong to me. Right? It belongs to the people of this country. And so the question is,
hey, I'll be
position to take that agenda forward. I think it's going to take somebody from a different generation coming in from the outside with fresh.
I think it's too late
to be able to see this
for an amount. Once you initiate it, I think you're just gonna. I did that the other day too, and I get everybody won, and I got 0.
It resonates a lot with what we talk about on the show. These are the same kinds of things that we talk about. You talked about BlackRock as well. So one of the companies, I don't know your exact connection to it, but Rovient.
Right, I founded it.
Right, so you founded that company. Is that something that you're still currently involved with?
Another gloomy day here.
Okay.
So we
haven't had any real sunshine in almost a week here.
Nikki Haley, while running for president, collecting stock options off some corporate board. That seems unconscionable.
It seems a little bit weird. Yeah. So you mentioned BlackRock. So as far as my concern, you go after these agencies, they come after you. You go after Google, they come after you. You go after BlackRock. BlackRock just doubled.
Just change the wording. It works the same way, but you got to do an amount. Yeah, when you first initiate it.
Are you worried these companies, these big investment firms out there, are going to try to get their hooks in financially and try to put pressure on you that way?
Yeah.
How do you plan for that?
Yeah, it looks like we're jumping right into winter here.
Works. And so my most recent book is probably the most technical.
It's just the heist. I changed the wording on the heist.
It lays out exactly how this game is played. It's not, if you're a public company, like let's say you take your...
Winter's not here. Winter is bad here.
but many firms do need to go public for a wide range of reasons. You don't have a choice in terms of who owns your shares. And so it's automatic, it's programmatic that BlackRock, State Street, Vanguard, and similar firms, through their index funds, because they're not even making investment decisions. It's just that they have to have broad exposure to the market. They will end up owning 5, 6, 7% each, 25%, 30% collectively, and they're voting their shares in your boardrooms. Right. So even many of these CEOs who don't want to be adopting DEI policies or carbon emission policies or the goals of the Paris Climate Accord.
I'm in Northwest Ohio, but I work in Southeast Michigan, so I'm back and forth. I grew up in Michigan. I just live in Ohio now in a small town outside of Toledo. Obviously, small town. This is 25-mile-an-hour speed limit for about 2 miles here.
Pretty soon, BlackRock may decide that's not true.
I don't get to a red light till I get to the freeway.
Give specific details on this. When you said that,
I got a couple of jobs. Oh, look at this piggy here. Piggy. I marked them. My day job, the one that mainly pays the bills, is a staffing company I work for. I have 2 offices I work in. And then my other job is IT. I do IT for drug rehab. Why did I lose sound?
Nonetheless, that fringe group puts up
Maybe because I turned it down.
It's called Color Us United.
What happened with that?
Nonprofits that support it. No, not Color Us United. Color Us United is a good one.
I'm trying to remember what it was. I know that we covered it on the show.
It's some
Yeah, and then I'm trying to do something with this content creation thing too, but it's hard to do. It's hard to grow and get out there and do some accountability when you are working constantly. I get a lot of criticism for that because I do support all of this, but man, I got a lot to lose. Somebody give Johnny some coins. If you don't, I will.
But here's the other side of this. It's not just passive hypocrisy. The reason is Apple or BlackRock can't do business in China if they dare criticize the practices of the CCP. But if you're also criticizing the United States or adopting
you cannot hear me?
or a carbon emissions cap, then the CCP rolls out the red carpet.
Right.
So that's how this game is played, and it is an ugly game. So the answer to your question is, how does BlackRock have all this money? It's because if you have a pension fund or a retirement fund or a 401k account, they're the ones managing your money that are investing it across the board. So absolutely,
Okay.
I'm deeply concerned about this. And it's going to take a president, it's going to take leadership in this country that undoes a lot of the rules.
You got to do the whole name, dude.
Yeah, there's used to be a rule that said you have to
Gotta do the whole name.
exclusively for profit if you're managing a retirement
It was
fund.
perfect, other than the fact you need a space Bravo after Johnny.
Was that what was known as the sole interest rule at the federal level under ERISA, to now say that you can invest according to other standards that take into account factors like climate change and racial injustice.
Yeah.
The government needs to change a lot of that. The pension funds need to stop using political strings attached when they invest their money. But it also takes.
I'll do it when I get stopped if you don't want to.
Deliver those solutions, which is why I started Strive, the most recent business that I did.
Yeah.
And so am I worried? Absolutely I am. But am I sitting around about it?
No, I mean, I just hold on. I have to.
Why no?
Don't get mad at me here, but this is one thing that is. You mentioned another criticism because we have to give you the ability to answer these.
Yeah.
You mentioned Strive like 8 times.
Yeah.
Some people would say running for president to promote a company. Like,
No.
they'll say the right things because. And by the way, if that were the case, I'm not saying that is not similar from a lot of people who are in the swamp who run for president to sell more books.
Totally.
But there are people who are going to pick that up and say, "Are you just promoting Strive?" I have to ask.
There you go.
No, actually, I mean, if you look at we came up in this conversation because we're talking about BlackRock,
Right.
and we're talking about big tech. If you look at probably the
shouldn't
hundreds of
happen.
hours of my discussion,
I'll do it when I get stopped.
In the run for the presidential campaign,
Sure.
am I talking about this?
I gotta
issue
grab
of less
something
than
to drink.
1% of the total?
Right, and I actually think it's a strong suit.
Coffee
It'd
and
be good to
a
talk
sleeve of
about it more.
donuts.
Absolutely. Actually, that's one of the things that I've picked up is people know a lot about my policies, but people ask me, "Oh, well, you've come from nowhere. You know, are you just off with
That's
very by India?"
Yeah.
Well,
We would never say that.
Ohio's not nowhere because parts of it are. I lived there for a little while, so I can say
So
that.
I think it's important that people understand that I have a track record of taking on bureaucracies and succeeding. But there's a lot better
Trying to
ways
give them to yourself.
promote your business.
Yeah, my points don't count. I get to use mine to
16 million.
give them to whoever I want.
I felt you need to ask. I know some people will ask that.
And people should ask every question. If you're running for president,
As far as for the voodoo piggy goes, I saw Bao actually posted in his community post. He reposted my community post about the voodoo piggy.
They pop up in the outside world.
Oh, that was really cool of him.
Somebody who has only ever lived
I'm gonna think him in the comments of his if it lets me. I don't think it'll let me though. Oh shit.
You know what? Hey, Mark, I hope you guys. I think this is a.
Yeah, I'll just park at the one that's out of service.
We're going to put all of this out there for the public because
There you go. I think Chopper did it.
hit the like button.
Yep. All right. I don't have to do it. I'll be right back.
We'll flip that where you do experience that all so don't. They suck up the government teeth. But they would say, and I don't think that this is actually as virtuous as they believe it is. Okay, no foreign policy experience, right? That's sort of the flip side of the
I
coin.
think it's fair. And it's a question for people of what they want. I don't have foreign policy experience. I think Nikki Haley in the first debate she said, "You have no foreign policy experience," and it shows. My view for most of the other people on the stage is you do have foreign policy experience, and it shows.
Yeah, exactly. What if your
It
experience
shows,
is bad?
it shows in your bank account.
Yes.
I mean, some of these people have, just in her case, made $8 million in the period after she left the UN. Interesting how a politician leaves government and goes to being worth $8 million by starting a military contracting firm with your family and joining the board of Boeing and all kinds of other things. So this is the rot at its worst. People who
she's an
actually make
aerospace
money.
engineer. That's why
I see. That must
she was at Pratt & Whitney before. That's the whole thing. Yeah.
But she's a symptom of a deeper cancer of corruption that causes people to adopt policies, including pro-war policies, that have made a lot of people rich in this country.
We said boring. I was thinking Boeing. I'm sorry. Continue.
But Boeing can be a boring,
boring. That's the Elon Musk trilogy.
Yeah. I know. So here's what I would say is, if you want the same thing as the last 25 years of foreign policy, $3 trillion spent in places like Iraq and Afghanistan, tens of thousands of American lives lost that need not have been lost, wars in the Middle East that have no point, no end, now seeing the same thing likely happen again in places like Ukraine and otherwise, fine, go with one of the people that have foreign policy experience. But if you want somebody who understood and grew up in an era as a young person, right? My peers. I wasn't one of them. I'm grateful to my peers who did go serve in those places. But 20 years later, now rightly ask the question of the Taliban still in charge in Afghanistan. We have a hostile anti-American regime still in charge in Iraq.
Yeah.
To what end? It was to literally no end.
Yeah.
That's the same wheels that are now turning again in new conflicts on the other side of the world. Most notably in Ukraine, heading into major conflict with Russia that doesn't advance American interests, but we're going to see that proliferate in other places too. If you want an existing foreign policy establishment that favors war for the sake of war, and a lot of bad actors in there who even make money off of advocating for it, fine, go with one of those people with foreign policy experience. But what I do have is a deep understanding coming in from the outside to say that I've made a career making successful deals for myself. What do you know about a deal? Everybody has to win in that deal. I've offered the clearest plan of anybody in this race of exactly how we will end that Ukraine war and deliver peace. Make a hard commitment that NATO won't admit Ukraine to NATO. Yes, freeze the current lines of control. I know that drives a lot of people nuts, but these are Russian-speaking regions that have not been represented in Ukraine's parliament for a long time in Luhansk and Donetsk. Fine, we can do that deal. Does Putin get something out of that deal? Yes, he does, but we get more. We require him to pull out of the alliance with China. That's something you haven't heard from anybody in the Democratic Party.
No, I think it's very important. Matter of fact,
I think it takes an outsider with clear understanding.
All right. Got them crunch mini donuts.
Sure. Yeah, that's what it's going to take to keep us out of the world.
I mean, I think there will be some learning on the job, of course, but I think that what you just said is important. We've talked about that.
Oh, Johnny's going right into gambling. Oh,
and by the way,
below that 1,000.
An oligarch.
Cool down.
Just also, by the way,
189 seconds. I turned the cooldown down too, guys. It was like 5 minutes. I think I turned it down to like 3 minutes. Or no, 4 minutes. 240 seconds. So it's down to 4 minutes from 5. I might turn it down a little bit more. Fucking Coke guy could have let me in. Fucking dick.
It doesn't justify, obviously, the military action, but it is important.
Dude, that little car could have gone easy. Oh, 10,000. Man. Choppers. Choppers, Johnny Bravo's sugar daddy. So he can do whatever he wants with his points. As long as I don't see someone, everybody donating to one person and trying to let that person win. It's all about getting somebody started. That's what I'm going to use it for. We get somebody new in here, and they don't really, because you always start with 100. I dropped a couple more quotes in there too.
Is there any question at this point? Like, everyone acknowledges the economy, right? As far as Donald Trump, 8 years ago.
So you stop bitching at me. I don't bitch.
He didn't have any foreign policy experiences.
I troll the master troll is what I do.
Mike Pence saying that we don't need a rookie on the job. The only reason that guy ever got anywhere near the vice presidency was because some guy who didn't have a political drive, who was a rookie, put him in that job, and then touting that experience is laughable. But again, as I've said it,
that's not the real reason. He was put there because Donald Trump wanted someone who made him look even taller. And he's like, that was his greatest call. I'm like Mike Pence. It's just we're not big fans of Mike Pence, especially you talk about talking points on that stage. Every single line is rehearsed, and then you can see sometimes where he looks out like a kid who just told a joke, but it's inappropriate because it's in front of adults. Like this joke didn't land that. I just wish that people would be more authentic. Well, can we delineate though? And we've talked about this. Obviously, in the last couple of weeks, the last week or so.
Let's see how many points you got, Albie. Do exclamation point points.
Big difference.
I don't know why you can't do coins. You should be able to do it.
The extermination of all Jews is in their charter. And I sincerely.
And Israel matters to our national interest more than
Pin poking pig.
They certainly do matter to our interest. Now, that doesn't mean
There'll be no cheating.
there isn't an argument to be made, and we ran the numbers. If we cut the funding to all of the nations, we provide for need to. And by the way, those numbers are always very low estimate when we actually understand it.
You know who I'm surprised isn't sticking in here in a sock account as Bow to win that piggy back.
Help Israel a little bit and cut money anyway.
But whoever wins it is more than welcome to sell it to Bow if they want to. There you go, LB. You got 700. I do appreciate Bow for posting that, though. We're going to go to his live once this Louder with Crowder's over with.
So here's what I would say. I think that this is a moment right now.
If you look at my community post, Albie, it kind of describes it.
Rational, cool.
It's a big picture of a.
We support Israel's own right to its own national self-defense.
There you go.
It's fully entitled to.
Get that raid going. I got to adjust a couple of the wordings, obviously. It says the treasure hunt, so we're not going to do that. It's not going to be a treasure hunt.
They have the right to national self-existence and to fully defend itself. It's a decision for Israel as to how they go about doing it. And our job is diplomatically, in terms of intelligence sharing. In terms
the rules are simple. Whoever has the most on New Year's Eve, at the end of the day.
At the UN, tell the UN you're not going to draw some false equivalence between Israel's defense. Yeah, exactly. All that nonsense.
Oh, it's the most ridiculous thing.
It's the most ridiculous.
Hey, see,
the best way to win is to gamble. There you go. Look at that. Johnny's got 16,000 now.
It's all that nonsense. But I don't want to be one of these people.
Somebody do exclamation point top.
Screeching on air. Finish them.
That's the rankings right now.
And then you talk about Mike Pence, just do it. It's like a night. Finish things from like Mortal Kombat.
I just tried to change the wording to more of a Viking thing.
Misappropriating corporate
for the raids. There you go. That's, I don't know, it does that 8 through 10. So indoctrination and Doc Nation are both not really in there. Right before the end, I'm going to zero them out. So we'll have a good top 10.
Not to sleepwalk or emotionally outburst ourselves into another broad regional conflict that in the Middle East that the U.S. is enmeshed in with ground troops or otherwise. This is when we made our worst foreign policy disaster.
Oh, sweet, that part worked.
Talking to Bibi, I would say, listen up, we got you back. You're on the right side of this. Don't let anybody stand in your way from defending yourself.
We're going to take the northern route.
But my advice to you would be that we've made some of our poorest decisions in the wake of real disaster. That was your 9/11.
We got leaves starting to change, so we want to try and get some beauty in this stream. So, sure enough, don't have any here behind the wheel.
Afghanistan, and 20 years later, it did not.
Hey, agent, jump out of the vehicle. Yeah, for science.
And so just be careful.
Yes, but be careful. But if you're comparing it as a percent of the population, think of it.
Should have said that when I was going through town. It was only 25 miles an hour. I don't think I'd even jump out going that fast.
This would have been 30 times as many people died on 9/11 as they did.
And Canada did it.
Well, and going to Iraq still has nothing to do with that. Right. So I'm just making the point that we've made some of our worst decisions in response to emotional reactions to really truly disastrous things that needed to be dealt with. Right. Targeted response, get rid of bin Laden, get rid of the Taliban. Absolutely. Could get rid of Al Qaeda hiding in the caves, the people who were responsible for this, which by the way was a far more complicated story than the U.S. government let out until the declassified files came out 20 years later. Go actually get the real job done, rather than using an emotional response to do something that literally might be an orthogonal objective, but in the mental haze and in the mental fog of war, We've made some of our worst decisions, so have other
With
countries
no limit
in their
being.
history. That's Israel's decision to make, but my job as the next U.S. president is to look after American interests. And I do not think we want to be entrenched in another long, drawn-out, U.S.-involved, regional, broad conflict in the Middle East that would not advance American interests. But there are easy ways we ought to support Israel diplomatically with intelligence sharing. I mean, heck, we don't even have an ambassador to Israel right now. Confirm an ambassador to Israel and Egypt and other countries where we don't have confirmed ambassadors right now.
We start with like no money to Iran at all.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
And no money to Hamas.
Yeah,
$6 billion.
Yes, exactly.
There's been even indirect aid to Hamas that's actually been going.
All is 10,000, I believe. Yeah, all means 10,000.
Had any ties to Hamas or otherwise, extradite them to Israel. So there are things we ought
There
to
goes the
absolutely
squad.
be
Wow, I
doing.
know.
The limit's 10,000 when you do all.
We ought to be talking about. We ought to make sure that we oversee full phase out through the monitoring and agreement of Iran's nuclear program. But what the heck are we thinking with the Biden administration, with some Republicans cheering it along, talking about nuclear technology transfer to Saudi Arabia?
Nice.
We should not want nuclear proliferation of any kind in the Middle East, definitely not in Iran, but not in Saudi Arabia either. And yet nobody's talking about that right now. So I think this is a moment for level-headed rationality rather than emotional knee-jerk responses. And it's a cool thing, right? What the cool kids do, criticize the Iraq War 20 years ago in either party. It's the cool, easy thing to do because it's long past.
Yeah.
There's no consequence to you to do it.
I'm going to make a command for you, Jared.
I was in college at the time, and I was against the Iraq War then. I had a bunch of other harebrained ideas that I was dead wrong on, but that wasn't one of them. And that was a left-wing position then, and even though I wasn't on left, I consider myself a libertarian back then. But now it's easy to do that.
I'll do that today. I think you'll need to tweak the...
moment
Hey, Claiborne.
Make that same mistake, but it's not going to relate to Iraq. It might relate to Iran or a broader regional conflict in the Middle East, and that's the moment to think rationally. How do you do the right thing in supporting Israel to do what it needs to do to defend its national self-existence? But at the same time, as the U.S. look after our interests to make sure that we don't accidentally tripwire ourselves into some large protracted conflict in the Middle East. Now is the moment to think with that level of clarity and reason rather than what I see as really lazy responses from all over the political spectrum. The far left trying to create this false moral equivalence between Israel and their enemies. That's wrong. But you got people in the old neocon right that have no muscle memory other than just effectively pounding the drums for war without asking the question of the why we're doing exactly what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's back to the question of foreign policy experience. I don't think somebody with the foreign policy experience record of the last 25 years should be in charge of making those decisions. I think it should be somebody of my generation coming from the outside, and in this race, that's me.
When the track record is bad, it's not much of a track record. I still do believe kill every single last one of them as far as it relates to Hamas. It doesn't necessarily, by the way, they don't need our money to do it, but they certainly need our moral.
Is good because Hamas is to client broader forces that are wielding them like Hezbollah.
Why freeze?
So it's the Taliban story. The Taliban 20 years later still now in charge.
Yeah, but you know what? When they kidnap your women and children and cut off their heads, it's a good start. It's not, and I don't mean that irrationally. I mean Hamas. Look, this is in their. It's different. It's in their charter, right?
Be careful and tell ourselves these false illusions because
we're better now.
Feel good about ourselves.
It's a bad
It's
area.
the question of what job are we getting done? What is the mission we're getting done? What matters? And then go and have confidence about what we're actually doing and understand what we're not doing, or else you're going to tell yourself false myths as we have for the last 2 years that have led us astray. So that's just, I think we have to be really
I think in the Hamas case it's a little bit different, just a little bit, because it can't really get much worse unless you're talking about more money. As far as the ideology, as far as what they have done to the Jews, or as far as what they've said they will continue to do.
This is like an ISIS-like organization.
It's as bad as it gets, and there is no end. There is no possible. If it was someone who you thought could sit at the table, they could be reasoned with. It's no, exterminate all Jews. That includes women and children. We're going to put our weapons caches in our schools so that we can actually have our own.
And we're
committing war crimes on both sides.
Wrong.
Yeah,
it's dead wrong.
And I agree with you on Ukraine, Russia. Yeah. Same thing, even looking back.
And Israel's a very different situation.
Very different situation.
We're correct to stand with Israel in terms of our funding of their national self-defense.
But be aware if there's a vacuum.
In a way that we should for Ukraine.
So this is related to foreign policy, but I said you had kind of like your moonshot moment. You made a claim on China and Taiwan that I wanted to dive into, where you kind of laid out your solution for the problem. And part of that was to kind of reduce our dependence on Taiwan for chip manufacturers, right? And you said by the end of your first term, That was a lot of people may not have understood how lofty that was, but that is an incredibly lofty goal that a lot of people would say is not even practical. Is what made you think of that, and why was that something that you thought could get done?
Within a year, we were producing.
So I think it's achievable if you look at just the trajectory.
A bomber per hour.
TSMC plant in Arizona.
This country can completely change things up if they fucking.
That's been a disaster in Arizona. TSMC.
So far, but part of the disaster.
We can make our own chips if we really wanted to.
Money, which is what we pretend the problem is, and then we shower a bunch of crony money in the name of the chips.
Dormant six-pack, yeah, mine's hidden too. I keep mine protected.
Yeah, it's funny.
My six-pack is always protected by some fluffy stuff.
Right. So I think one of the things we should focus on.
I told my wife that recently, actually.
From Taiwan over here, but then also
she just kind of looked at my belly.
For the know-how of how you create sub 10 nanometer semiconductor chips, right? Those are the leading edge ones at really the front lines of this. But it can't just be an onshoring strategy. I love onshoring, and I would love for that to be the long-run steady state. Quicker ways to do this as well. Broader agreements with South Korea and Japan. I mean, Samsung is still further along than
you made it. You jumped too late,
right? Even though
I think it's only 90 seconds though for people to join in. I turned that down too.
Coupling our dependence on China or Taiwan.
Once it's posted, you have 90 seconds to join in the raid.
It's different than a lot of people who might share my views, but just stick to onshoring alone. Yeah, I love onshoring, but ally shoring has to be something that we complement that with. And so, if you look at the totality of what's possible there,
dirty must be is dirty in
Samsung's et cetera of the world here.
Mouse chat
to build here, et cetera. Japanese companies as well. That I think is a reasonable, achievable path to 5 years from now, having basically achieved near total advanced semiconductor independence, which means that China's not going to have an economic gun to our head if they choose to annex Taiwan.
That gun just goes straight to Taiwan's head. They worry that they go, we're kind of shit creek here.
Well, Taiwan should be focusing on defending itself right now, and I would say in the meantime, the U.S. should run one destroyer through the Taiwan Strait every week. We should absolutely work with India to have the ability to block the Andaman Sea and the Malacca Strait. Mm-hmm. That's where China actually gets its Middle Eastern.
I think it's a 4-minute cooldown on the
60% of all its oil supplies, which come from the
gamble too.
Come through that strait. So there's a range of things we need to do.
He may be working.
Second Amendment here. How about the Second Amendment?
It does work.
China's definitely afraid of it. It resembles the Second Amendment.
I'll do a desktop stream today too, if it's feasible. We'll see what life's like. We're switching software, personnel software today. A training I went through a few weeks back. We're actually implementing it today, so it's probably going to be a nightmare. So even if I do a desktop stream, it's not going to be very attentive.
Music festival. So what, good gun, Hey, yeah, it absolutely will. It'll certainly even the odds when they're Fortnite hang gliding in, knowing that these people are defending. And keep in mind, I was raised in Canada, which is a very silly place. I'm ashamed, and no one there.
So Second Amendment was created for a very specific purpose, and it works. Okay, when you're talking about foreign invasion, autocrats invading your own government invading, that's what it was designed to do. That's not, and then I say something like this, and then CNN will try to press me in the times. Didn't you claim your Taiwan deterrence strategy was just putting the Second Amendment in Taiwan? No, I didn't say that. But it's part of a view of taking what you think of a porcupine strategy to keep Taiwan on its own feet. Taiwan's spending less than 2% of its GDP on military right now. I mean, that's less than the NATO commitment. Taiwan should be spending 5+% of GDP on military, which is why I love Israel as a partner. They actually spend for their own national defense. That's a good friend and a good ally. So when the U.S. is clear about what our objectives are, then absolutely, right now, and people forget this, the Republican Party, these people are such jokers, the current U.S. posture towards Taiwan is strategic ambiguity.
Yeah.
The one China policy is the policy of both parties right now as we speak. I don't know if you guys remember this, when Donald Trump won the election, he picked up the phone when his phone rang for the time was worth.
Because the most is the most is 3,000, I think. It depends on the number.
So I say out with the crap. Let's focus.
I'll check the settings. I didn't change any of the numbers. Nothing's changed with that. I turned down. Took away zeros. I don't think there isn't even a 10,000. I think the most you can bet is 1,000 or 3,000, something like that. I just turned it down. I didn't want to see these inflated numbers. I think I removed a zero from almost everything.
The
I did that before Friday, though. I have not changed any of the multipliers at all since Friday. You just get used to seeing those big numbers with Midwest. Yeah, you got your wager too, so you got really technically 2,000 back. 89 is actually 3 times. Well, no, it's a 4-time multiplier. 99 and 100, I believe it's a 5-time. I just didn't want to see the big numbers. Everybody's just the same. It's the even keel, so.
Gives Taiwan some lead time to start getting their act together,
and allows us to get our act
and we can pull in Afghanistan and maybe leave one of those destroyers in the strait. We just forget, has a few pounds of cash.
Yeah, I don't know
exactly why that.
No, percentages are the same, and actually, everybody who's playing, I think you have like a 75% chance of getting a winning number.
Somebody would say, like, look, China right now, it's safe because the United States isn't necessarily strategic ambiguity is used to all of us. We all know that if China invades Taiwan, we're going to the end and South Korea, Japan. I think we all understand that we're low on munitions.
got Ukraine. Got
Israel.
Right. We're running low on our naval capacity. I don't think that China sees a scenario right now automatically that the U.S. is going to be in a position to defend.
Would you say that they normally do?
Say that clearly. What's that?
Would you say that they normally do? Normally, outside of the Ukraine conflict right now, and outside of that policy,
I would say 4 years ago they did.
Okay, so you're saying that situations change.
Our naval capacity. We have this silly thing called the divest to invest program, where we're decommissioning ships in the South China Sea. So there's a lot of reasons. Our economic dependence on China has only gone up over the last 8 to 10 years. And if we depend on China for our other modern way of life, the F-35s that we make in this country depend on China for their parts. So things have changed. And so I do think that the diplomatic clarity, not strategic ambiguity, strategic clarity, that we will defend Taiwan, that's actually really important.
Okay, no, especially because the situation
changes.
Answer for it, because I've heard critique, and I wanted to kind of understand your position.
I actually really like that answer. And by the way, the Navy was fantastic till the village people screwed up.
They really
I'm convinced that regardless of partisanship, most people in this country will agree. Definitely most Republicans and a lot of independents and some Democrats
Something's up.
will agree with the position that I just laid out to you. Yeah. What I don't know is, are they going to be able to hear? You know who else will agree?
We just have an interactive chat. So I'm interacting.
That's great. A lot of people understand. It's just a hop and a skip away. So a lot of those economic drivers, right, are a big. When they would say, "Oh, okay, this makes sense." So now we have some lead time. Look, it would be completely unrealistic to think that the United States never.
Actually, we had to,
especially after COVID.
When I applied for partnership,
semiconductor independence,
or monetization, they told me a few things.
This gives us some lead time where we're not just about being wiped off the face of that. Okay, we can now understand.
There you go, everybody won.
Hey, you know what? Reaching your NATO spending over time is a good start.
That's right.
That's very, very different from the way it's been portrayed. Which is, hey, Taiwan, we're going to stay in ambiguous.
You go, LB, you can accept or deny.
Yeah, that's how the media portrayed it. And I think it's a very important differentiation to make. Because a lot of people are not aware of how that have ties with Japan. Look, this is something we have to talk about.
And this is the thing that's frustrating in this process. It's a game. It's a distortion about what gets. I love these formats right here in this discussion. And I was thinking about this in the flight over because it happened in a different context earlier today. The future is going to be media that looks like this. Long form, we're able to go directly to the actual listener. But right now,
speeds up, slows down.
Where very few people are doing this kind of format. They're scared of doing this. I'm doing this. The whole campaign is based on this. But we're doing this in an
Texas
era
edition
where the legacy media is still relevant. So what do? They're going to come in, and I don't know what's going to be in this conversation. They're going to come in, pick something we've said here, completely take it out of context. But that's the projection that still much of the generally older Republican primary base still gets served to them. So we're in this intermediate transition phase where 10 years from now, that legacy media is going to be far less relevant, if not gone. But this is going to be the way of the future. But now we have this intermediate version of this where we're having a long, hour and a half of discussion now that needs to be, and the listener who's gone through this is going to be listening to the whole thing in full. But the average person sitting in Iowa that's only getting their news from cable news and the newspaper they read is getting some purpose.
Gotta accept, LB.
Some guy in the opposition research camp of Nikki Haley's campaign and Ron DeSantis'
So, Chopper,
campaign,
you have to
which is going to be
accept.
their campaign, it's going to be their super PAC. And the new super PAC is watching this and is watching what they're going to distort from what came out of this conversation. And they have some paid historical repeat player relationship with some third-rate publication that calls itself a newspaper.
No, you
And
did.
that's exactly,
You accepted
that's
it.
exactly the way this game
On
is.
CNN or Fox News, see a clip of you saying,
I don't see it working right, though.
Jews, hey, kill Taiwan. And I was like,
You gotta spell the name exactly right, though.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm somewhere, get it up. You decide.
That's exactly
We're going to screw back to the all right. Well, I think, and I know that we've gone over time. It's Vivek2024.com. People can follow you on X. Can you? Okay, tell me about it. Look, we have it in the lower third. Vivek. What G Ramaswamy? So what's the G's that your middle name?
That's my middle initial, because Vivek Ramaswamy's already taken on the Twitter handle.
Really?
Yeah.
How many are there? Is it like Scott Smith?
I mean, it's like, if you go to India, there's not quite like a Scott Smith, but it might be like a Scott, Crowder.
Yeah, there are a few of them. That's like Thiago Silva is like John Smith in Brazil. So many Brazilians.
Yeah.
I've known 5 Thiagos. I've known 12 Silvas. All right. Thank you so much for taking the time, folks. Leave your comments, leave your feedback, because we're a big sample size, and hey, I really do appreciate that you have the fortitude to do this. A lot of candidates are afraid. You know, this is going to be unedited. And
Yeah, that's how I am. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, guys.
You don't need to do the 1,000. It's Chopper. Just I accept whenever someone challenges you. But the challenge has to be spelled right, or it just goes to. It's got it that way. It won't connect unless the challenge is spelled right. From what I've seen, anyway.
Also, like photos that you can use, quotes you can use it, things like that. That's nice code. Hell yeah. So Canva, actually, I don't want to tell people now. Canva is what I use for my channel. That's all I use to do campaigns. No ice code. Chat for 30 minutes.
I'll go ahead and jump with someone
Hell yeah.
before cops even show up.
Hell yeah.
What do
All right.
you do?
Well, this stream will be over with in about 25 minutes.
What do you do?
After that, I will do a desktop stream.
Damn.
We're gonna keep growing.
Yeah, you're fat. We hate you. Hate you. You're fat. Yes, he took it.
You don't know who the fuck I am. You don't know who the fuck I am.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, we hate it.
Shit, people want to fucking you. That's all you do. I speak my mind and I say the fucking truth. I speak my mind and I say how I know people. Shit I said before, and I told people what was gonna happen. Look what fucking happened. Me and another fucking person.
We're in for the ride there. I'll be.
Seen that shit happen. And look what happened. Look what fucking happened. The little circle got fucking broken up.
Yeah. You suck. We hate you. We hate you, son. His baby mama got murdered. The guy you was with. Damn, that's crazy. Murdered, man?
All I know, I'm gonna stay true to myself. I'm gonna stay the way I am. I'm gonna be who I am. The way I've been is the way I've always been my whole fucking goddamn motherfucking life. I see shit happening, I speak it, and it happens.
Shit.
So hate me because of that shit. Hate me all you fucking want.
Who hates him, man?
Hate me all the fuck you fucking want.
Who hates him? SGB? SGB's a hater, man. Why is SGB
you got
hating
time
on?
to come on here and text your little bullshit?
Yeah. Fuck
Text
you.
your bullshit.
Yeah, text your bullshit, man. We
But
hate
don't
you.
show up. Don't text me talking about, tell me what time and where.
Tone did it. He's a known murderer. Yeah, Tone is a known murderer, man.
If you're gonna fucking come on here and say, no, I gotta go to work. I gotta support my family. Well, stupid motherfucker, my family is grown.
Yeah, you're stupid, man.
My son is grown.
You gotta support no fucking
My
family.
son is taking care of his family now. I'm here for him. I'm here for my fucking family. I have my dad inside of me.
Link.
Who is this?
Yo, man.
You're gonna stop me.
Why'd you say scuff DMK for justice, man? I feel like a total fucking loser for even knowing that reference, man. I feel like some scum chatter on the fucking on the YouTube, scrolling from one fucking bottom of the chat room to the next bottom of the chat room by the name of Yesaiah's Return, man. Like, why do I know that reference, man? I feel like a real scumbag right now, man. I should probably just end all this shit right now, man. I should have known that reference, man. That's L. I hate myself, man.
And you let me know. I'll pull up alone. Not no fucking two.
Check out some of the new quotes, guys.
Just for one motherfucking person. I come alone. Now 2, 3 of you motherfuckers gonna come, trust me. I'm gonna come with 10 of you motherfuckers.
You knew.
Let's believe that. That's the way y'all
You knew the reference to.
Arata!
You gotta be in a dark place, man.
fucking wanna play. Well,
You gotta be in a
how I
really
can
dark
play.
place to know that
And
reference.
trust me, I ain't the one that's gonna go down. Let's believe that shit.
Is that it? No more? My mic? Is there an issue with my mic?
That's all I gotta fucking say.
His mic is popping.
That's all I gotta fucking say.
Those headsets, I'm surprised that headset's lasted as long as it has with him. I bought one of them too.
Leaves me,
Same brand.
y'all can leave. And make sure you fucking leave for good. And don't fucking even look for me again.
Is there an issue with the mic?
Dope off, whatever you mean by that, good luck. Good luck.
There's an issue with the mic. It should be fine now. Hey, what's up, Deep View Media? Welcome into the feed.
All I know, you won't catch me.
Welcome in, welcome in.
You won't catch me.
We gotta get some interaction with these with the Kensington group, Deep View Media. I don't know anyone that lives in the Philly area to accommodate, maybe, getting some stuff out there so we can have some content. I don't know how you feel about it. I mean, it might not be your cup of tea, to monetize tweakers. I mean, we're simply just watching, right? 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 The social media allows us to, maybe get a little interactive, You spoke to the station manager at that station? This station right here? Hell yeah.
You won't get me. I'll tell you that much. You won't get me.
I owe you an interview. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be cool. I'll get the StreamYards going if you're available. I'm down to just say hi and just to introduce myself and, just say hi and be like, hey.
Like I said, those of you who are
I'm really not interested in those white ladies that showed up and, put those things in your face. Hey, let me get the StreamYards thing up. Get it going. Hell yeah, thank you, man. And you don't owe me anything. I mean, it's all voluntary. Thank you so much for getting that going. StreamYard Studio.
shit that I've conquered.
Alright, I'm in. Get the invite. Copy.
And still haven't fucking rose up with I care less.
And
But majority of you are still here from that time. Got nothing but love and respect for you guys. Like the fucking protests, the fucking riots or whatever.
hey, what's up, good
When
guy?
we
Active
were
with
West
the
Coast
Multiman, man.
then, we were right in the fucking middle of it. When have you ever fucking got in the middle? When have you ever fucking been in the front line? When have you ever fucking been right there dead in the smack of the fucking bullshit that happened?
Oh my god.
Never. Not once.
Hell yeah.
But I'm a fake motherfucker, right? I'm a motherfucker who just talks shit.
Where's this
right?
last film? Kensington, man.
For those
Kensington,
new
good guy
boobies
artist.
that just fucking started coming in and only see what's been going on.
Oh, you talking about the
right
audio?
now,
The audio is ice cold audience.
And
He's talking
talking
about
shit.
SGV. He's talking about SGV. Here you
talk
go.
all the shit you want. Talk all the smack you want. You haven't seen what we fucking been through.
Oh, good guy activist.
It's all good. It's all gravy.
Oh, message retracted. What'd I miss?
It's all gravy.
Oh,
Is it dangerous to live stream down in Kensington? Like I seen what's her name did it from the USA live stream channel walking around, but she didn't want to be there long, man. She looked like she was kind of uncomfortable. You guys remember when what's her name was down there live stream?
what are you trying to put type?
Where did I get the link from? It's in the chats. It's in the chats. I just posted it again. Here you go. Here you go.
That time when
I
Mama saved
posted it
my
again. It
ass,
was in the chats. Let me post it again there.
I will never forget that.
Right here.
And I know
Look,
Furry
there it is.
was the first
I
one.
haven't seen it. I'm watching it now. I'm using a thumbnail he sent me yesterday.
To say,
I remember.
there's an Uber going for you. And then all of a sudden said that she
Hey,
was
Jody.
coming to pick me up.
I haven't seen Dirty in there. Again, I'm driving, so I'm not able to pay a lot of attention.
I will never forget that. If it wasn't for her,
There you go.
fuck that fucking day.
Look at the wording.
I regret it, but I don't regret it.
What's Mike doing, man? Nobody wants to talk to you, Mike. What are you doing,
Duel.
man?
You got to do chopper.
Nobody wants to talk
It's
to you,
not going to
Mike.
work.
Jesus Christ, man.
You got to do his whole name. Claiborne.
No, it's not for you. It's not for you. Okay. No, you don't. You can stay, but man, like seriously, nobody. I mean, what do we have to talk about, man? Like seriously, what do me and you have to talk about? What's the discussion gonna be?
I was fucking with you.
You were such a great hero.
Like Jesus Christ, man, have some self-respect, man.
Fucking self-respect, you know. So I disrespect myself. Talk about myself.
Where you at, man? You in your home? You in your humble abode?
I'm in my mama's house.
Alright, I see you there. Looking at your mama. See you. What else you gonna show us?
Rent-free. I came back 10 years ago. And have left.
Got cherries and berries in front of me.
Alright, there's nothing wrong with not paying rent, man.
Yo, dude, I had a life, dude. I miss my life, dude. Fucking dumbass. Baby mama bullshit, dude.
You missed that, man?
I do, dude. I miss fucking being the man of the house.
Alright.
It sucks. And it was forced on me. It wasn't a choice. I didn't have an option.
Viking.
Dude, I got all Captain shit, bro.
Why'd you buy Captain Shit?
I didn't buy it, and he gave it to me. He left to Spain and just dumped it off on me.
What? Consensually? It was consensual?
There you go. That should work.
I'm the only one.
Oh, wait, because you got to wait till that duel times out. It takes 2 minutes.
Really? Is it because you pissed on the RV?
Yeah, dude, I claim that shit. I pissed on that shit. I marked my territory.
He's like, alright, yeah.
Dude, it became mine.
Yeah, you deserve on this. It was nice chatting with you, Mike, but I want to. Alright, man. Peace out. Bye.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
Hey, thank you for coming into the StreamYards and giving us a little bit of content this morning, man.
Man, it ain't nothing, man. That's what I do anyway, so.
Yeah, that's the good thing. Is you're familiar with the content creator side of it. So I go by Val, by the way. You just call me Val if you want to address me or whatnot. I don't know what your name is. What should I call you? What do you prefer, Mr. Work?
Mr. Work. Mr. Work.
Got it. Well, like I said, I watch your channel. I don't know anyone in the Kensington area, and we have viewers that want to like get a little interactive with these Kensington streams, and I just don't have a contact in Philly.
Right.
And the viewers were like, "Hey man, do you know anyone in Philly?" I was like, "No, I really don't, but I guess I can reach out to the social medias." And that's when I was in your stream, because I mean, I watch your channel anyways. Your loop sometimes that you do on the main channel.
Right.
And of course, I lurk on your live streams. So I figured I'll reach out to you and, if this is something like, I don't know, Maggie was talking about maybe sending costumes down there once a week. And
Costumes?
Yeah, she wants I don't know, she wants to dress them up, so maybe just drop the costume up on the corner or something, or props, whatever people want to get dropped off.
I hear that.
And then that'll be like the end of it. Like at one point we was discussing, umbrellas, like beach umbrellas, like 10 of them.
What type of umbrellas?
Beach umbrellas.
Oh, all right, and just give them out?
No, not give them out. Like if you just leave it there, it'll get used. You don't have to do anything, but just leave them on the corner, in my opinion, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I like that.
There's no need to get really involved, in my opinion.
No, that was decent. I like that.
Yeah. So at one point we was thinking, getting like 10 beach umbrellas, but logistically, how am I going to do that? It'll be easier for me to like send you money,
off duty,
right? And then you order it all and then charge whatever you want to charge to do all of that, because it's going to cost you a certain amount of time to do all of it anyways, right? Then,
Absolutely.
If someone wants to pay for it, then that's their deal. Like, who am I to stop them? I just didn't know anyone in Philly, and I thought you would be the
looking
guy.
nice.
You kind of like, you walk the streets already, and it wouldn't be nothing for you to just do this, and then it'll be content for me because I would enjoy it, and then whoever's watching that's getting involved, it'll be content for them as well.
Oh yeah, like I'm with all that. And this the thing, see, when it comes to content creating, I've been doing this before money was involved. So I'm having fun first, if not nothing. Now that I'm to the point where money is involved, it's even more fun.
Yeah, I watch you do live streams at like the basketball games and stuff like that as well.
Now listen, speak it real quick, not to cut you off.
No, go on.
Those basketball games got my channel demonetized.
Really?
Yeah, from all the weed smoking.
It's okay.
They say, yes. When you say,
I don't want to interrupt you, but when you say demonetized, you mean through YouTube, right?
Yeah, through YouTube, the advertisement.
Okay. Well, the live streams you can monetize a different way. It's an easy setup. Like I'm not monetized at all through YouTube. I'm strictly monetized through the people that watch me. Like
Absolutely.
that's the only money I get.
Okay.
And I do it through a software called Streamlabs, and it allows the viewers that's watching your live streams to get very interactive. You'll see people sending me like messages, and you'll see clips of, you know, just random video clips, and
Right.
you can do that via mobile as well. And I can pretty much walk you through how to do that. That'll be like an extra way you can generate money from your viewers if you show them how to do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
And
that's
I'm
no, I'm sorry.
in the winter. I used Streamlabs for a while in the wintertime.
Yeah.
But then I just stopped using it. I found out about Prism. I guess because Prism free and you could multi-stream on Prism. That's why I started messing with Prism.
Prism's is a good app. It just makes my Samsung's overheat, so I stopped using them with the overlays. Now, so if you're familiar with Streamlabs already, you know you can put overlays over it, and your audience can interact with you through like a loudspeaker or something like that, or like a JBL speaker or something like that, right?
Okay.
It gets a little cringy, man, because you know it is the internet, and you're probably familiar with this already. Like if you're probably hanging out with your homies, they'll probably send in like a bunch of like N-word stuff, you know what I mean? But that's where the money is. It's just words, you know what I mean?
But listen. I'm 47 years old. I done got in fights and all that as a kid for being called names, and I learned that I don't care. You can call me any name in the book right now, and it don't affect me.
Yeah. And the cool thing about it though is every time they call you a name, it's money. Like every time you do it, they do it so they can sit there and call you, you know, whatever all day long, but it's money. And if you can
please call me some names.
Yeah, and if you can leverage that to your environment, you know what I mean? Like I think you have something there, in my opinion.
Yeah, it sounds like
There you go. Nice,
Yeah, and
nice
I
raid,
definitely,
guys.
Like talk to you about it off stream, or
Got a belly full of mead.
if you're already familiar with the Streamlabs setup, it'll probably
Instead
take
of rum.
half an hour to be like, hey, you know, you can go through here and do this, and then set the overlay. The setup is a little grindy, right? But once it's set, it's set and forget.
Oh, well, that's the one thing, or one of the things I like about doing this YouTube. It's basically setting forget sound like passive income.
Yeah. With the live streaming, it's not technically passive, because I mean every time you're live streaming, you're putting hours in, right? So you don't put hours in, you don't get money. But it's one way to monetize your streams if YouTube demonetizes you. Is what I'm saying. It's not, it should be your own revenue. Yeah, but if you have a main channel that has ad revenues coming, then there's no reason to you know, you can do that as a separate thing. You know what I mean? Because you already have a backup channel. It seems like.
Another thing
Hey, Dirty.
Those faceless city, they're doing faceless.
We're only about 5 minutes away from the office, but
I about 7, and I managed 2.
Okay.
I changed the wording on the heist. You can use raid or pillage too, and it's instead of wrapped around pirates, it's wrapped around Vikings. Viking raids. I know you've been. I know you have. I'm going to be using your thumbnail, though, on the desktop stream, though, so you can pop in when you get a chance.
Actually, I'll send you an email, if that's okay. I don't see the actually comments. Can you see the comments in the Streamlabs? Or the private chat? Okay.
I'll just check. That's it.
I just posted a number in the private chat. Can you see it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, that's my number. If you want to shoot me a text, go on.
No, I got it. That was it.
Sweet. And then if we have something we can put together, and you know, if you're interested, I'll shoot you a text, and if it works, then we'll move forward from there. What do you think? Does that sound good?
Sound great.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for coming on and talking to me. It's really nice meeting you.
Yes, sir. Nice meeting you, and I'll definitely be tapping in more. Which is sound like what you're saying. We got something like, if you need somebody down there, I'm down there. So it sounds like we might be doing something together.
Yeah, that's what I've been looking for. So like I said, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you and being open to that.
Yes, sir. Peace until the next time.
Awesome. Enjoy your day.
Yeah.
Studio.
She would have met me that day. She would not have been through the shit that I put her through.
All right. Done. We got in the game. All right. We've been trying to put that together for a while.
I will never regret.
So everybody that's been wanting that to happen, you guys, we've secured it. It's going down. Now on with the beach umbrellas.
I love her. But shit happened, right?
Beach umbrellas?
Yeah.
I mean, it's, you know, the door is open, man. The door is open. The door is open.
Later, Claiborne.
Okay.
I'll be on the desktop, so we'll be restarting this in a bit. As long as I'm not too bombarded when I get in the office.
Mr. Work for coming on the panel, man. Aiden says it's going down. It is going down, man.
Wonder if we'll see any counter action.
Yo, look at this building right here.
There is.
Look at these two buildings.
I'll try to catch it.
Yeah, I reached down to grab a charging cable for my vape, and I almost fucking rear-ended that dude.
Down here that we're always countering.
Not even looking at chat.
Yeah. Go. Yeah, Deadshot Gaming, good to see ya. Charlotte? No.
Let's turn Kensington into the upper class zombie stream. Umbrellas, rock chairs, and picnic tables.
Caroline, nope. No, I think she's went on to different things. Oh no, all the paperwork. Yeah, she's on to other things right now. A little bit of a change of channel.
Cool, protests in Canada.
Yeah, big up Skater Man.
I saw a clip of something hilarious over the weekend.
All right, no.
Trudeau was trying to shake some dude's hand, and the guy just ripped into him.
There you have it. That's true.
Man, everybody's winning those heists. You can heist on your own too, though. I removed the fact that you have to have somebody else to heist. Mouse buffering, so I'm going to come back to him. Too late, Albie. There's a cooldown for it. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to set up a desktop stream. Fuck. I got so many messages just driving down the road. Proud of myself for not grabbing the phone, though. I'm over my data, so they may slow me down on my regular phone. All right. It's like a good Russell Brand this morning, so we'll probably be reviewing that. All right, guys, I'm going to end this. I'll start up a desktop stream. I'm not sure exactly what time it's going to be started, hopefully by 1 o'clock or a little bit after that. Love you guys. Thanks for riding with me. Peace.